Hi friends, welcome back to Playing Tribute to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. Last time we left off, Nick fell into the rushing Eagle River as he was trying to make sure that Maya was safe across the rickety old bridge in the Inner Temple. Meanwhile, Miss Elise Donim, is dead. Bikini said something about Iris. I have no idea what that was all about. And, we met up with Larry. And Larry called the police. And also tried to catch us as we were falling on the rickety old fiery bridge that we were running across. Despite Nick's fear of heights. I think that wraps everything up nicely. Let's continue, shall we? I wonder if you notice anything here. Let's give you a moment. Okay. Who could that be at this time of night? Yes, Edgeworth speaking. Hedgie! Get up! It's an emergency! Huh? Larry? Do you know what time it is? It's not Larry, it's Larice! Larice Stoneham! This is nothing more than a terrible nightmare. I'll just roll over and... But wait! Don't hang up! It's an emergency! It's Nick! He took a really nasty spill! Well, it wouldn't be the first time, so... I'm not joking! His life is in danger! What? What happened? Tell me. Talk about a guy with bad luck. He may already be dead. Anyway, you've got to come back. You're the only one that can help. My Iris! My beautiful Iris! She needs help! Alright, I don't know what's going on, but I'll be there as soon as I can. I'm at the detention center! Please, hurry! It's been 1 year since I left that country. I thought I wouldn't have to see him again for a while. Sounds like it won't be a pretty reunion. As if I expected anything to change. The thing to notice was the silhouette at the bottom. We're not Phoenix Wright right now. You're late, Edgy! What took you so long? I don't want to hear it. I chartered a private jet to come as quickly as I could. Well, you should have chartered a faster one. Anyway, just listen. Something happened to Miss Elise, and Nick is... Maya, and Iris's bikini... Huh? Say something, Edgy! Before I came here, I stopped in at the hospital where Wright is. I believe I have a better understanding of the situation than you at this point. The murder victim was the picture book author, Miss Elise Stoneham. She was found by Wright and the head nun. The suspect is the temple's younger nun. Then later, while Wright was crossing the bridge, it broke and he fell into the river. The hospital says that he'll need at least 2 days of bed rest. Yes! That's right! You got it! But they arrested her, my sweet little Iris! And here I was, convinced he was the one the police had arrested. However, I still don't understand what these 2 items are for. What are you talking about? The things Wright gave me when I was leaving his room. This is the first. He said some nonsense about being able to see into people's hearts with this. And the other... He couldn't possibly be asking what I think he is, could he? I'm begging you, Iris's trial starts tomorrow! With Nick out of the picture, you're all I've got left! You're the only one who can represent her! What did you just say? You know, represent, defend. What were you expecting? Why do you think I called you anyway? I'm a prosecutor, Larry. A prosecutor. Do you understand what I'm saying? A prosecutor is a lawyer who... Don't talk to me like a kid. I graduated from junior high, you know. Don't worry about it. I promise I won't tell. But I heard a paper badge had no problem fooling an entire court before. How can this country's judicial system have fallen into such decay? Please, Edgy. At least listen to her. Listen to Iris' side of the story. So Wright wasn't joking when he gave me this badge after all. Thank you for coming. My name is Iris. Edgeworth. Miles Edgeworth. I don't know if I can be of any help, but... I will at least hear what you have to say about the murder. Mr. Wright, how is he? Mr. Lorry said that he might even die. Fortunately, he will be fine. Larry, moron, how could you say something like that? He was badly bruised when he hit the water, but otherwise he is unharmed. Thank goodness. But he's caught some kind of nasty cold. A cold? He's running a high fever and is drifting in and out of consciousness. I must be imagining things. This woman, I feel like I've met her before. Oh, this is a nice soundtrack here. Pardon me, Iris. I would like to ask you something, if you don't mind. I have the distinct feeling you and I have met before. It must be your imagination, Mr. Edgeworth. After all, I hardly ever leave Hazakura Temple. Hazakura Temple? What's that? It's a place where those who wish to boost their spiritual power come to train. You need to undergo some very difficult training to release your inner spiritual power. Spiritual power? Did you go to that temple for that reason as well? No, I don't have any spiritual powers. I don't need them. In that case, what are you doing at that temple then? I've committed some sins. Sins that I need to pay for. And that's why I'm there. And why I continue to train, to purify my soul. I want to ask you about last night, the night of the crime. Alright. I helped to clean up after dinner and then went back to my room at about 8. Later I left my room to ring the lights out bell at 10. Bell? We ring it at the same time each night. I see. And then? And then... I was told to go to the training hall, but I went back to my room and stayed there. Why didn't you go to the training hall like you were asked to? I was frightened. Frightened? So I just stayed in my room and meditated until the murder happened. There's more to her story, I just know there is. Maybe I should dig a little deeper. You were asked to go into the training hall on the night of the murder. Yes. However, you didn't go, because you say you were frightened. What exactly were you so frightened of? What in the world? Is there something wrong? I'm sorry, it's nothing. It's like she's not aware of them herself. These must be what Wright was talking about. The psycho locks. I believe he said that I need to present this Magatama item to do something. So do you have any idea as to what really occurred last night? I think it was the result of the tremendous spiritual power that was unleashed. Spiritual power? Yes, spiritual training has been caused behind many great tragedies. This incident was just another example. Iris, I'm sorry, but I can't accept that. I'm a man of science. I don't believe in spiritual power. Yes, I understand. Most people don't. And I'm certain that the thing that killed the victim was a human. So please answer me the simple question. Were you the one who killed Lee Stoneman? No. I'm not the one who took her life. The psycho-lock things aren't appearing. I suppose that means I can believe that she's not lying. What's wrong? I can't believe what I'm thinking. And here I just finished saying that I don't believe in spiritual power. It appears that's about all you could tell me. Thank you very much for listening to my story. I visited Wright at the hospital before coming here. He asked me to take care of you. Me? Yes. At the trial tomorrow, he asked me to defend you. If Mr. Wright has that much faith in you, Mr. Edgeworth, then I will gladly entrust my fate in your capable hands. But before that, I have one question. Yes? Do you know Wright? Why would you ask that? Whenever you came up in in our conversation, he would begin to act a little strange. Mr. Edgeworth, are you his friend? Friend? Well, in a sense, yes. It was 5 years ago. That's when I deceived him. You deceived him? I heard that he was in a lot of pain after what happened. I know what a weak person I am. That's why I thought it was best if he never saw me again. I wanted him to just forget about me without learning the truth. Well, if you ask me, Wright is still suffering. And until he learns the truth, I don't think he will ever be able to truly recover. Iris, it's not too late. You should go to him. Tell him the truth. I'll defend you, but only if you agree to that one condition. All right, Mr. Edgeworth. I promise. Very well. I'll do everything in my power to get you acquittal. That's enough information gathering for now. I should head to the crime scene. To the suspension bridge. Yikes. It sure is cold, all right. So this is it. Dusky Bridge. Ham! Mr. Edgeworth! I should have known. Detective Gumshoe. Long time no see! It's been about a year? Or has it been longer? It doesn't matter, Detective. What does matter is why you're shuffling around up here. Oh, ouch! And there was a sharp jab left. Left jab. I don't know why I read those backwards. Well, I'm happy to see you anyway, Mr. Edgeworth. Let me guess. You're transferred to another section at work. A good choice. The vast amount of nothing up here must be quite easy to guard. I heard you were back in the country and arranged to come all the way out here. Everybody was real nice. They even let me take charge of the investigation, sir. Gumshoe indeed. The gum on your shoe is impossible to get rid of. I'm supposed to report on the details of the crime scene, sir. Anyway, here I am, Detective Dick Gumshoe, reporting for duty. Great. Thank you, Detective. I thought Prosecutor Godot was going to get here before me. That guy's a real mystery, I tell ya. Prosecutor Godot. I just got back into the country, so I don't really know much about the case. It's simple. Well, simple as simple does, as they say. Oh, you've got no idea how much I've missed that biting sarcasm of yours, sir. But seriously, this one's a piece of cake. There's a witness that saw the whole thing. A witness? Yeah, the bikini lady. Bikini lady? Here? On this freezing cold mountain? Oh, well, you should talk to her yourself if you want the details, sir. I may have to talk to this bikini lady. I mean, decisive witness myself. So this is the bridge that Wright fell through? Yup, I can't imagine being that reckless myself. Look before you cross, is how it goes, right? Or was that leap? And is there something on the other side? Yeah, some old building they call the Inner Temple. But we can't get over there without a bridge. What? Nobody lives there, so it's usually not a problem. But someone was at the Inner Temple doing some training and now they're stuck there. Yes, I heard that from Rice. It's Maya Fey. Oh no, her again? Anyway, the air's really turbulent right now, so we can't do an aerial extraction. No one's gonna be able to reach the Inner Temple until tomorrow, sir. She'll be alright in this cold. And so how did this bridge burn down anyway? We're almost 100% sure it was lightning. Lightning. Lightning? What are the chances? You're telling me the bridge caught on fire due to a fluke bolt of lightning? Yup. Last night it snowed for the first time in 3 days. It's a little unusual for lightning to occur during a snowfall like that. But according to the weather data, lightning definitely struck. Well, that's important, I guess. I see. It's a very detailed weather report. Seven to 10, 50, 10 to 11, and you struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45. Around 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out. Okay. that is a lot of details. Man. Of course, as the last case is going to be the hardest one, you know, like final level and all that stuff, and I've only played this case once, so... Oh, bear with me. Almost too detailed. It even has the exact time that the lightning struck the bridge. Oh, that? We got that information from the witness's testimony. Someone actually saw the lightning hit the bridge. Who is this witness? Sorry, I'll go ask one of the local cops later, sir. Hot gumshoe. So who is this Prosecutor Godot? I've never heard of him. Yeah, he's a new guy. Showed up after you left the country. He's a complete rookie, but nobody can say a bad word about the guy. What kind of man is he? He just became a prosecutor recently, but he's good, sir. Real good. If he's so good, how is it that I've never heard of him? Is he the lead prosecutor in this case? You bet he is. After all, you know who is right in the middle of it. You know who? Phoenix Wright, of course. For some reason, Godot has really got it in for Mr. Wright. Oh? Yeah, he seems to have some kind of a grudge. And what would be the cause of this grudge? I don't know. Maybe he made fun of his mask or something. None of this is making any sense. I better look into this Godot myself. So this is the bridge Wright tried to cross. I'm pretty reckless if you ask me. I'm amazed he survived it. Oh, I'm amazed he survived the fall from up here. Yeah, he's one lucky guy, sir. Now I see how he manages to win his cases in court. Blind luck. I think dumb luck suits Wright just a bit better. Thanks, Edgy. Great, great. Alright, there's nothing to be seen here. I need to go to the, No, our snowmobile is not covered in snow anymore. Oh, hello. Yo, Hedgie, what took you so long? I'm so cold my brain's turned to sherbet. Sherbet. Sorbet? Is that sorbet or is it sherbet? I'd never know the difference. I knew it was a mistake to race back to this country. What do you mean? Rice is going to be fine, and the case itself isn't anything unusual. And I find myself taking a request to defend a woman accused of murder. Hey, wait a sec. Hold it. Objection! What's going on here, Mr. Edgeworth? It's hard to explain, but one thing led to another, and... What kind of lame excuse is that, and you call yourself a defense attorney? Prosecutor Edgeworth is a prosecutor, and that's why he's Prosecutor Edgeworth. Prosecutor Edgeworth, defense attorney, just sounds plain old weird, pal. Right, Prosecutor Edgeworth? I'm not sure what role I'm supposed to be playing anymore. Dude, Edgy, I don't see you for a couple of years, and your heart turns to sherbet. Sorbet. Sherbet. I say more like sorbet. Ah, there's the difference. Thank you, Edgeworth. It is rather cold here. Iris didn't murder her. Someone else did. I just know it, okay? So trust me on this one. Ever the romantic, aren't you, Larry? Nevertheless, I'll do whatever I can to prove her innocence. At least until I pass the baton on to Wright, that is. Man, I'm telling you, Iris is so cute. Right, Edgy? You think so too, don't you? What's wrong? Why are you so quiet? To put it simply, your comment has me highly concerned. Could it be that the reason you think she's innocent... Come on! A girl that cute can't possibly be a murderer. I was right after all. I should never have come back. No, don't worry. I see things for how they really are this time, honest. If I had a penny for every time he said that. It's just that, well, Iris is a delicate flower. You can't force things too much. Know what I mean? I have no idea what you're talking about, Larry. No. Forget it. I didn't say anything. You're acting really sketchy, Larry. Larry, where were you and what were you doing on the night of the crime? Larry. What? Don't tell me. You think I might have done it? What? Get lost! Go back to your chartered jet and get out of my sight, you creep! And I hope your plane crashes and you die! Wow. I'll ask just one more time. On the night of the murder, where were you and what were you doing? Oh, joy. As I suspected, psycho lock. I love how he calls them psycho locks. I'm sorry, man. You know me. I just don't remember. My short-term memory is a wreck, dude. Sure. Let's see if there's anything I can present to him to get some information. Do you know anything about the weather? I guess not. Unless I should present either Iris or Phoenix. Let's present Iris. I have a feeling that she's hiding something. Could be. After all, she's shy and gets embarrassed pretty easily. I don't think that has anything to do with it. Why not? Look, I know all about this kind of thing. Come on, Edgy. You were a guy once. Lots of girls are like Iris. You know I'm right. Well, you must certainly seem to have convinced yourself. Man, I love shy girls like her. It's just so cute. You know what I mean? Slow doesn't listen to others, I see. There's some people who just never change. He was a good guy. A real pal to the end. When I look back now, I have nothing but good memories. What's with the past tense? He's not dead, you know. Yeah, you're right. Anyway, the guy owes me. After all, I saved his life. What is that supposed to mean? If I hadn't called for help so quickly, he would have died. It's no surprise, though. I used to be a security guard. It was all instinct, baby. He has a point. He called him pretty quickly, too. I think Larry's pretty good at motivating people. I just wish he would try to motivating himself once in a while. That's fair. I don't remember how we became friends. Oh, I love it. Yeah, I don't have much for him. Let's go to the main hall. Hey, hello there. So how you feeling? All right, I suppose. Huh? Who's this? My name is Miles Edgeworth. My, a handsome boy such as yourself is always welcome. If circumstances weren't so tragic, I might just... Please don't call me boy. I'm sorry to trouble you, but I'm looking for a woman in a bikini. Well, you have found her. Now what can I do for you? I'm sorry, but I don't see any bikinis. If you ask nicely, I might give you a peek, big boy. Wow. Mr. Edgeworth, this is the head nun, Sister Bikini. She's the witness. Why didn't you tell me that earlier? This is exactly why your salary keeps on getting cut. My stomach's already growling in protest. So, what's the latest about my beloved Iris? Well, first, I want to hear what you know. Wow. Serious mode. Look at her face. Holy cow. First, I'd like to ask you about last night. Well, last night, we had an acolyte here for training. After dinner, the two of us went to the training hall in the inner temple. She must be talking about Maya. Approximately what time was that? I suppose it was about 9 o'clock when we left here. Training lasts all night long. It's extremely exhausting. The channeling dojo's head nun must be in attendance at all times to keep watch. Wow, you're right. That does sound exhausting. Detective, this is no time for flattery. Sorry. Sometime around 11 o'clock you witnessed the incident in the courtyard? But your duty was in the inner temple. Why did you come back here? The way you're staring at me, I'm starting to get goosebumps. I'm starting to get goosebumps myself, but for a decidedly different reason. You get the chills pretty easy, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth? As the head nun, it's your duty to stay with the acolyte at all times, correct? Yes, that's correct. I know I may look strong, but the truth is, I've got a bad lower back. A bad lower back. Yes, it's especially bad in the winter. So bad that I can't even lift a bucket. Do you remember how cold it was last night? My bad back felt as stiff as frozen glass. I just wanted to take a nice hot bath to ease my aching back. And that's why I returned to the main hall. So you left the disciple all alone? Don't be ridiculous, I would never do that. That's why I ordered Iris to the inner temple after she had rung the bell for lights out. Yes, but she never went to the Intertemple, did she? Did this head nun even see Iris? I think I'd better try to get some more details. Alright then, I'd like you to tell me exactly what you saw in the courtyard. It must have been past 11. No! I can't say it. It's too much for my poor heart. Hey, calm down, lady. Let go of my tie. I saw two people. One of them was lying on the ground. The other one was stabbing her from the back. With a sword. Did you see this criminal? With your own eyes? I didn't want to believe what I was seeing. But it was Iris. You must have been quite shocked. Of course she was. Try putting yourself in her shoes. It'd be like if you were stabbing Mr. Wright smack in the middle of the courtroom. And I happened to witness it from the witness stand. I'd be pretty shocked too. I know, it sounds insane, but that's what I saw. And when I finally realized what I was seeing, I screamed. And then I passed out. Unfortunately for us, her testimony seems to be pretty solid. However, the idea of Iris doing such a foul act seems unnatural. Unnatural? The girl I know simply isn't capable of this sort of foulness. I wonder what she means by that. So who's this acolyte that was to train at the Inner Temple? Her name is Maya Fey. I treated her very badly, I'm ashamed to say. And after she went through the trouble of signing up for the special course. Special course? It's a training session where you sit in a block of spirit ice and chant 30,000 times. You don't mean to tell me that she's still doing that over at the Inner Temple, do you? No, of course not. You don't have to worry about that one. Little bit. Last night, we still hadn't started the training session itself. Well, that's good to hear. Oh, dear. There's one thing I forgot to tell you. No, I don't think I like the sound of this. Do you know that small girl? I believe she is Mystic Maya's little sister. Maya has a little sister? Oh, you mean Little Pearl. That's Maya Fey's cousin. Little Pearl. I thought she was going to visit Mystic Elise after cleaning up dinner. But I haven't seen her at all since late last night. She's nowhere to be found. You mean she was with the victim? It's all the fault of my stupid, creaky old back. The little girl who was with the victim on the night of the murder is gone. As they say, the plot thickens. The scene of the crime. And this is where the murder took place, sir. Other than removing the body, we left everything else untouched. Thanks, Detective. I'll just have a look around. Looks like the police are still investigating. Oh yeah, by the way, I thought I'd better ask, just to be sure. Are you really going to defend that nun, Iris, at the trial tomorrow? Yes, I will. I gave her my word, and now I must follow through with my commitments. Well, in that case, I've got to be careful. I've got to make sure I don't leak the prosecution's whole investigation. Don't worry about it, Detective. Just keep your mouth closed, and I think most of it will flow out on its own. Roger, sir! I know exactly what you're saying. Very well, Detective. Thankfully, his diary of the mouth is permanent. Is he going to talk to me? Yes, tell me everything! The victim is the famous picture book author, Miss Elise Stoneham. Her entire past, up until she won that writing award last year, is total mystery. It's hard to believe that this day and age you can still find people like that. The estimated time of death of the victim was between 10 and 11 p.m. on February 7th. Cause of death was blood loss resulting from a stab to the back by the murder weapon. The murder weapon. The victim was found skewered with a giant sword, sir. That's terrible. Yeah, but there's one strange thing. Yes? The victim's entire body was covered with bruises. The bruises are consistent with falling from the height of a 2-story building. A 2-story building? That would be about the same height as that room in front of us, correct? Hey, you're right. Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth. That just happens to be where the room where Elise Stoneham was staying in. Maybe she was pushed out of the window after she was stabbed by the sword? Now then, Detective. Let's see if we can summarize what we've learned so far. Okay, let's take a look at the map. According to the testimony of Sister Bikini, the head nun, she and Maya Fey headed to the inner temple right after dinner was finished. It's a long walk. At 10 p.m., after ringing the bell for lights out, Iris went to the inner temple. But she said she didn't go to the inner temple. When she got there, Bikini had her take over for a while she went back to Hazakura Temple. After taking a hot bath to soothe her back, Sister Bikini witnessed the murder in the courtyard. If you want more details, you should ask Bikini herself in the main hall. The inner temple, huh? I'd like some more information about that place. Something tells me we're not going to be able to get over there, though. What is this inner temple that Maya was supposedly training at? According to Bikini, it's an old building they use for training the acolytes. It's on the other side of the Dusky Bridge. The bridge that burned down, huh? Is there anything else on the other side of that bridge besides the inner temple? Nope, not a thing. Nothing. The other side is surrounded by cliffs on all sides. In a way, it's kind of like a little island out there. So the only thing there is the inner temple. Here it's not the kind of place a person could survive in. Please be alright, Maya. The trial begins tomorrow, but who's the prosecutor? I'm pretty sure it's that Godot guy, but nobody can get a hold of him, so they're looking for a replacement. What do you mean? It's really weird. All of a sudden, no one can reach him. I wonder if the rumors are true. Maybe since Mr. Wright caught a cold and won't be defending, he's just lost interest. I intend to appear in court in the role of a defense lawyer. However, I would be quite unhappy if it came out that I am actually a prosecutor. Yeah, I can see why. But I'm not the one you have to worry about. I think the real problem is going to be that judge. Yes, he certainly would remember my face, even after such a long absence. Absence! That's why I requested another judge to preside over the case. We've only met each other once. There's a good chance he won't remember me at all. Yeah, but what about the prosecutor? Everyone in the prosecutor's office must know you. Wouldn't it be a problem if someone there made a big stink, sir? There's no need to worry. I pulled a few strings and arranged for a prosecutor of my own choosing. Wow, Mr. Edgeworth. I had no idea you had such a powerful string to pull. Alright. Is there a ladder joke? The main gate must be just over that stone wall. Ah, stone walls. I jumped over a few of those in my time. Most of them are good memories, but not all. Detective, perhaps someone should introduce you to the concept of positive words. Alright, let's look at the actual event here. So the sword from this gold statue is actually the murder weapon. It sure is. It's called a shishito. Shishito? Shishito. Yes. I think that's what it was. Whenever I did research, after it occurred the first time, I was like, oh man, I know that this case comes where I have to be able to say this because it's a murder weapon here. Nasty piece of work, sir. There's still blood on it. Oh, sorry, that's Edgeworth. There's still blood on it. I suppose this is the victim's blood? Yep, it's all over the blade. And speaking of all over the blade, there are fingerprints all over the hilt of the shishito. Fingerprints. Naturally, they match the prints we got from the younger nun, the defendant. Her fingerprints are on the murder weapon? That's great. What's wrong? You're looking really solemn. Is this how it is for rights? Is this what it's like to be a defense lawyer? Yeah, I figure it doesn't feel really good. To be honest, it feels more like it's detrimental to your health. Let's see what I got. Hey, it's not bent anymore. So... Oh, okay. He's not going to talk about the statue itself, sorry. Sled? Ha! I just love skiing! Really? You don't, seem the type. Well, what about sleds? Sleds? Nah. They're a little too kiddie, you know. Messes with my hard-boiled image. What's with the silence, Mr. Edgeworth? Is the world starting to go mad? Oh, hey, staff. What's this? It looks like a wizard's staff. I belong to the victim, Miss Elise Donham. There's nothing strange or magical about it. Oh yeah, listen. This is just between us, okay, sir? Yes, what? This is top secret stuff. Don't tell anyone about this. Oh, right. The truth is, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a wizard. That's it. That's what you wanted to tell me. That's it! The staff was made from a very strong kind of wood. What about fingerprints? Were there any on it? Just the victims. Well, it's missing its little amethyst. Maybe that's what the picture is for. The main hall of Hazakura Temple is above us here. Hey, you're right, but I'm pretty sure the main hall didn't have a second floor. Hazakura Temple was built on a steep part of the mountain. The front and back of the main hall are on different levels. Oh, that makes sense. But wouldn't it be easier just to build the place slanted, sir? I fail to see how you can consider that to be an even remotely good idea. Okay. I think I've got everything there. Can I... No, she's told me everything too. I don't see Larry anywhere. Maybe we scared the poor kid away. His heart was shut tight with a psycho lock. I guess I'll have to look for him now. What a thorn in my side. I just want to look at this because it's different from what it was before. I suppose this type of thing is necessary up here in the mountains. Say, this just gave me a great idea. Something tells me he's going to tell me what's on his mind, whether I like it or not. I got an idea for a brand new invention. Might even make me rich. An invention. Yeah, a car that can travel on snow. I call it a snow car. So what do you think, sir? Would you go for a ride on something like that? Only after you take the first 1,000 test rides. There's a little shack down that way called Heavenly Hall. A shack? It's like a rundown doghouse for losers that can't bear the freezing drafts of wind. Kind of reminds me of my apartment, sir. The name Heavenly Hall makes it sound like a palace. Giving a hovel a great name is a crime itself. I'd call it false advertising. By the way, the name of my apartment complex is Compton Castles. That's not such a great name, if you ask me. Well, it's not such a great apartment either, sir. I don't think I'm going to be able to talk to Iris right now. Oh, hey. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth. I came back because I need to ask you a few more questions, if you don't mind. But I've already told you everything that I... Iris, please remember. I'm on your side. You can tell me anything. Yes, thank you. I just finished speaking with the head nun of Hazakura Temple. She testified very clearly as to what happened. She said she saw you stab Miss Elise Donham with a sword. And one other thing. She said that when Maya Fey began her training at the Inner Temple, you were there as well. What? When I spoke with you last, you claimed that you never went to the Inner Temple. And yet Sister Bikini says she met with you at the Inner Temple that very night. But I didn't go there. I didn't go to the Inner Temple last night. It looks like she's unwilling to tell me the whole truth. I wonder if I'll find the answers I'm looking for if I break those psycho locks. Alright.
Take that!
It was weird to hear Edgeworth's voice say that. I was, for some reason, totally forgot who was talking here. Since I have been handed this case, it is my duty to dig up all the answers. Understand? Yes, sir. The smallest flame can sometimes bathe the case in a whole new light. In my years in court, I've seen it happen over and over again. That's why I'm committed to searching until I have those answers. Now then, is it really true that you didn't go to the Inner Temple last night? Yes, I swear. I already told you that. Yes, you said you didn't go because you were frightened. That's right. If that's the case, then obvious question is, what were you so afraid of? Iris, I wonder. What? I don't have this kind of proof. What? Unless she was afraid of evil spirits or something. That's the only place that my mind is going right now. Was she afraid of evil spirits because she gave this to Phoenix? It wouldn't have let me start this if I didn't have the evidence for it.
Take that!
Okay. Let's see here. Unless she was afraid of the weather. Like lightning? Was she afraid of lightning? Please excuse me, I'm still not used to this role I've been assigned. Sorry for being such a scaredy cat. Maybe it was the weather. No, it wasn't. Oh my goodness. I'm not doing well. What was she afraid of? Looks like I still don't have enough information. I need to investigate further and gather some more evidence. I don't know. The other possibility is that I need to present something to her before I start the whole psyche lock thing. Yeah, because I don't... He said if I needed more information to talk to her, that's why I'm doing this. Okay, but I've got everything from her. What about the hood, because of the whole evil spirits thing? Like, is that for real? Well, this is a demon-warding hood! Acolytes are highly susceptible to possession by evil spirits, you know. That's why we always wear these for protection. I see. What are you waiting for? You won't get any protection just by holding it, you know. Put it on already! No, I can't. I was just... It's like it was made just for you, Mr. Edgeworth. What do you mean by that, Detective? It looks absolutely marvelous. You just got to keep it on for a while. This is some sort of divine retribution. That's one of the fake lands of very own Magatamas. That's a priceless treasure you've got there. Wow, I'm impressed, sir. You never fail to surprise me. Yes, you don't look it, but now I can see you're a real fan of the occult. Excuse me. Oh, of course this piece couldn't possibly be real, but to have such a nice replica. Clearly, you are a big fan of the Korean tradition. Wow, I'm impressed, sir. You never fail to surprise me. I should have known better than to show this thing around. Alright, back to the detention center I go. How is it that the detention center is closer to the suspension bridge than it is to the main hall? It's called a demon warding hood. I gave it to Mr. Wright last night. He was wearing this when I saw him in the hospital today. It's an important item for protecting acolytes from evil spirits. If it's so important, then why did you give it to him? Last night I felt something. I felt that something terrible was about to happen. I didn't want Mr. Wright to fall into its grip. Well, he wound up falling into something much deeper and colder. Probably shouldn't say that out loud, though. Inner monologue. Okay, again, she said that she felt something. So I don't know why that wouldn't be what she was frightened of. It wasn't the weather. It wasn't evil spirits. I don't understand. Is that the murder weapon? Yes, it is. Have you ever seen it before? Yes. Mr. Gamey was holding it in the courtyard. And apparently the head nun witnessed the whole sad affair. She saw you stabbing Miss Lee Stoneham with this very sword last night. Why don't you say something? Mr. Wright, how bad is his cold? Well, his fever is very high. As a result, he's rather confused. He's worried about Maya, who is still trapped in the inner temple. And he's quite worried about you as well, it seems. Really? Yes, naturally. Once he recovers, I'll pass the baton back to him. No, don't. I'm sure that Mr. Wright wouldn't want that. He wouldn't want to defend me. What about Larry? You know him? Oh, that's Mr. Laurice. He's a very sincere, hard-working person. He's even kind enough to draw a portrait of me. Knowing Larry, this woman is exactly the type that would fall in love with it at first sight. That's Mystica Lee Stoneham. She's a picture book author, so I've heard. Does she come to Hazakura Temple often? No, this was her first time. It's just that she was a very important visitor. Is that so? Yes, Sister Bikini told me to be certain not to offend her. The victim is Lee Stoneham. The prosecutor's office still doesn't have much information about her, it seems. This is the trainee's younger sister, correct? She's cute as a button. She seems to really love mashed potatoes and gravy. Oh? She even said she was going to have leftovers for dinner the next night. And then she took the leftover potatoes and the whole pot of gravy with her to her room. It's quite an appetite for such a little girl. What was she afraid of? I'd like to ask you about Sister Bikini, the head of the Hazakura Temple. She raised me as if she were my real mother. As if she were your real mother. I was left at Hazakura Temple when I was just a small child. And she's taken care of me ever since. Forgive me for sounding rude, but what about your family? I'm sorry, but I'd rather not talk about this. That's fair. So tell me about yourself. There's not much to tell, I'm afraid. Just let me get one thing straight. You were raised at Hazakura Temple, correct? And yet somehow you seem to know rights. So you two must have crossed paths somewhere. No, Mr. Edgeworth. Whomever it was, it couldn't have been me. What is that supposed to mean? Do you know this? Who's the woman on this hanging scroll? Oh, well, I don't know the details, but I've heard she's the master of the Korean channeling technique. Master? Yes, Mystic Misty. She was a great spirit medium, that's what I've heard. I also heard that she went missing over 15 years ago. Spirit mediums. There's no such thing anyway. Mr. Edgeworth? I know all about them. They're nothing but frauds. She doesn't know anything about it, of course. But there was a time, 17 years ago, when I met the master myself. Yeah. What was she afraid of? It wasn't the weather, and it wasn't evil spirits. Alright, well, we learned a lot. Give me just a moment as I run around like a crazy person. Catch you on the flip side. Hey guys, I'm back! I did some investigating. There's a white piece of paper over here, sticking out from the edge of the stack, so I thought I'd look at it, and lo and behold, what's that white piece of paper sticking out from under that stack? Beats me. Would you mind checking that for me, Detective Gumshoe? Yes, sir! Here you are, Mr. Edgeworth. It looks like an old manila envelope. Yeah! What is it, Detective? This could be it! An ultra-important clue! A super special clue! I suppose I should read it myself, then. Looks like a letter addressed to Sister Iris. Tonight at 10, at Heavenly Hall. Unless you want your secret to be exposed. This sounds like a blackmail letter. I think we found what she was afraid of. Let's go in there, Mr. Edgeworth. Why can't I ever find clues like that? You're an ultra-important prosecutor. I'm super duper prosecutor. Well, I suppose it takes a super duper kind of dumb to miss a clue like this. Oh, thanks, Edgeworth. Hey, I didn't know that I was supposed to examine things still in this place. This was pretty cut and dry. Insulting your players. Salutation here. Wait, Heavenly Hall. Isn't that down the road there? I wonder if we can go over there. Maybe not. Alright. To the detention center. I've got proof now.
Take that! Take that!
I found this in the main hall. It's addressed to you. That's... Well, Iris. Why are you glaring at me like that? You were scared of the blackmailer who wrote this to you, is this correct? Was the evidence or the power of my glare that broke that lock? Oh well, I don't suppose it matters either way. But, Mr. Edgeworth, Yes? I thought that letter was just someone playing a prank on me. A prank? Well, yes. After all, even if I did have a secret, there's no one to tell it to that would cause me any grief. I wonder about that. Sister Bikini is like a mother to me. I would never hide anything from her. No, you may not have anything to hide under normal circumstances. However, last night was different. Unfortunately, I don't know the exact nature of your secret yet. However, whatever it is, there's one person you didn't want your secret told to. One Mr. Phoenix Wright. Perhaps. Phoenix Wright. You mean something to Wright, it seems. And I can tell he holds a special place in your heart as well. That's why you didn't want him, of all people, to know your deep, dark secret. Well, what do you have to say? I should have expected as much, especially from a friend of his. We gonna learn some things now? Thank goodness for Psyche Locks to heal. After dinner, this letter was waiting for me in my room. As I said, I was frightened by it. What is this heavenly hall the letter mentions? It's a small mountain shack at the base of Dusky Bridge. A small shack, huh? It's more like a broken down shack that no one would ever want to go near. Where is it on this map? It's around here. To get there, you must follow a small path down from Dusky Bridge. The reality is, to get to the inner temple, I had no choice but to cross that bridge. But the thought that such a terrible criminal could be lurking at Heavenly Hall. I was so scared by the whole affair that I didn't want to think about it at all. So is this the secret that's locked away in your heart? Yes. It looks as though I may have to visit this Heavenly Hall now. Maybe I'll find some sign of our mystery blackmailer. In any case, you still claim to have never left your room last night. Yes, that's exactly right. The trial starts tomorrow. I promise you I will win. You'll win tomorrow? Wow. I'm going to win so that you and Phoenix Wright can see each other again. But when I do, you must promise me that you will tell him your secret. But it's pointless. Why would you say that? Because I may know who Phoenix Wright is, but he has no idea who I am. That's an interesting line. No expanding on that? Cool. Alright. Moving right along then. To Heavenly Hall. Oh my gosh. Whoa, not much of a view down here, huh? Still better than the view from my apartment, though. Someone's here. Hide yourself, detective. Why? Why does this always happen? Whenever I find a girl I like, they always run away. I even chased one of them to Tibet. Next it's going to be prison, I guess. I'll steal that detective's wallet. That'll get me locked up for sure. Nah, I can't do that to someone who looks like he's down on his luck. Aw. He does care. Look at that heart of gold. He's just talking to himself. Shh, be quiet and listen. I knew it. I shouldn't have done that. I blew it again. Done that. What did he do, I wonder? Hey, you! About what you just said. I got an objection. What the? Edgy? You dirty rat. Gumshoe, you oaf. I'm sorry, sir. Before I knew it, I was shouting out objection. And in a loud, commanding voice, too. I even pointed with my pointer finger. You've watched too many trials. I'm sorry. Okay, Larry, the jig is up. What have you got to say for yourself? What is it? What is this little shack, anyway? Well, I just discovered it myself yesterday. And why were you down here in the first place? Come on. I'm an artist. I was looking for a good place to sketch. This is a great little place. It's, artistic. It's quiet, it's cold, it's got no power, and it looks like it's about to collapse. It sounds a lot like my apartment there, pal. One thing's for sure. No one is likely to show up and disturb you here. So, can I get you something to drink? Some hot water, maybe? He's getting all buddy on us, sir. Listen to me, Edgy. You gotta do this. You gotta save Iris. Why are you so sure she's innocent? Because she's cute? Watch your mouth! Anyway, I've made up my mind about it. I'm going to marry that girl. Oh my gosh. Mr. Edgeworth is pretending he didn't hear you, so I'm gonna ask for him. Have you already asked this girl to marry you? No, not yet. But I can tell how she feels by the look in her eyes. She's got this I really want this man to carry me over the threshold look. I'm sure Nick would be surprised. He'd never imagined I could marry such a beautiful girl like that. Something tells me he would be shocked, indeed. That's why I didn't want her to do anything dangerous. I mean, what am I going to do if she gets hurt? What's this guy trying to say? He lost me about a mile back. If we really want to know the answer to that, we're going to have to drag him out into the witness stand. Come to think of it, you still haven't answered my question. Where were you and what were you doing last night? Aw, man! Don't you have anything else to talk about? With that kind of attitude, you'll never be a ladies' man like me. Okay, chill out with those scary eyes. I got it. If you really want to know, last night, I saw something incredible. Something incredible. Oh, goodness. Okay, at least that's more specific. Yeah, but let's not talk about that now. Let's talk about the good old days. What do you say? Come on, I'll pour you a nice cup of hot water. Why hasn't he realized that I absolutely despise talking about the good old days, especially with him? So, Heavenly Hall is in this note. Okay, fine. Let me examine the place. Like this. It's a horrible graffiti problem you've got there, pal. You don't know anything, detective. This is art! As an expression of my bittersweet love for Iris. Larry, do you know what the difference between graffiti and true art is? It's how the artist himself defines it, right? I think it's more like how society defines it. I should have seen that one coming. Well, if that's the case, then all my lunchboxes are masterpieces too, pal. What did he see? Alright, let's see how far I can get with this. Of course, when I ask what did he see, I actually already know what he saw. I just don't remember it being so soon. Alright, now you're going to tell me what you really saw last night. Whoa, you're really upset, aren't you, Edgy? Okay, I'll talk. Huh, that was a bit too easy. Yeah, anyway, it was awesome. Never seen anything like it. At around 10 o'clock last night, it started thundering. I've been sleeping, I'm not sure for how long. Suddenly, zing! The world in front of me went white. Like I'd just been slapped in the face by my old girlfriend, Naomi. And then, it was on fire. The bridge was on fire. Dusky Bridge caught on fire. Are you saying you saw it with your own eyes? Hey, what are you giving me the evil eye? I'm telling the truth. There are still 3 psycho-locks remaining. Psycho-locks, excuse me, he calls them psycho-locks. That means he's still trying to hide something. By the way, Larry, where were you when you saw that happen? What? Where, you say? What do you mean? What do you mean, what do I mean? Just answer the question. I was in my own room, by the main hall. Where else would I be? As usual, you're as transparent as an empty jelly jar. The problem, I suspect, lies there. There? What do you mean, there? It's impossible for you to have seen the lightning strike Dusky Bridge from your room. Ah. Because... no line of sight.
Take that!
This is a map of the area. Take a look around the vicinity of Hazakura Temple. What am I looking for? I think that should be obvious. The main hall is surrounded by trees, and it's impossible to see the bridge from there. What? Why didn't you tell me that before? Well, how about it? How about what? How about what? Do you feel like talking now? About what? It looks like it won't be that easy after all. That goofy grin. You leave me no choice. I have to move on to the next step. You weren't in your room at the temple, so then where were you? You don't know that I wasn't in my room. So where was Larry, and why was he there? If I read the situation up to this point correctly, the answer is fairly obvious. Very well then, this is my theory. The place you witnessed lightning striking Dusky Bridge from was here.
Take that!
The place you saw the lightning strike from was naturally Heavenly Hall. Why would I be hanging out in that old shack? It's freezing cold, there's no electricity, and it could fall apart at any minute. Larry, how did you know that anyway? How do you know there's no electricity? After all, it's not that dark yet. Uh-oh. In other words, you have just provided evidence to prove my theory. My theory that you've at least once in your life visited Heavenly Hall after sunset. I have to admit I'm impressed. Edgy, you're in a totally different league from Nick. That's nice. Now tell me, what were you doing at this cold little shack last night? That's what you might call a fair decor. I think you mean a fair decor. Could it be you were waiting for someone? Oh no! You really are the one scary guy, you know. I believe that last night you were waiting for this person to come and meet you.
Take that!
There's only one person you'd wait for in a horrible place like this, Larry. I told you before, don't call me Larry. The person you were waiting for was Iris. Oh, suddenly I feel cold all over, Edgy. No doubt because of my chilly glare. So you think I got the hots for Sister Iris, huh? Do you have some kind of evidence? You've been saying it this entire time? You got something that proves I was waiting for her, or are you just guessing? This is where I draw the line and end this ridiculous little game. Here's the evidence that you were waiting for Iris. Oh, Larry, what have you done? Here's your evidence. You called her to this spot with a pathetic blackmail letter. Hey, give that back! You're embarrassing me. What are you doing with that anyway? It's not important. I misjudged you, Larry. What do you mean? Taking advantage of a woman's frailty like that, you should be ashamed of yourself. Oh. First of all, what is at the top of this letter? It says salutation here. Well, that's what it said in that book, Letter Writing for Dummies. You're not supposed to actually write that. That's where you're supposed to write Dear Iris. I'm so sorry. Oh, Larry. So, Larry, what did you see? So you were here at Heavenly Hall last night, were you not, Larry? And you saw the lightning hit Dusky Bridge, didn't you? Sorry, Edgy. Sorry doesn't cut it, you scumbag, threatening a young lady like that. Wait, hold on. What now, pal? What are you talking about? What threatening stuff? I'll tell you what, you tried to scare Iris by threatening to expose her secret, pal. What do you mean threaten? When did I threaten her? Unless you want your secret to be exposed? That sure sounds like a threat to me, pal. Blackmail, in fact. Give me a break, it's a love letter. Haven't you ever been in love? What did you just say? My love for her burned so hotly it could melt all the snow on this mountain. Then when is this secret you mentioned? Come on, Edgy. Don't you get it? I'm talking about the secret love between her and me. Obviously, she wouldn't want old Lady Bikini to know about it, right? About our hot and sour, bittersweet love affair. Alright, then why did you send a love letter in a business-like manila envelope? Give me a break! It's not my fault I don't have any other envelopes. Leash! Then why were you so quick to apologize, pal? It's 'cause Edgy gave me that scary look of his. What's wrong, Edgy? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden? That's it? That's all those huge locks were about? I don't understand why you were so defensive. Well, I don't know either. I guess the thing is, you shouldn't expect too much from a guy like me. Hey, come on. Don't let it get you down. But, Mr. Edgeworth, this guy is still hiding something. I know it. What do you mean, Detective? Don't forget what this guy said just a minute ago. He's right. Larry, what? You're looking at me like a hungry dog that just found a bone. What was this something incredible you saw last night? You're going to tell me, Larry, one way or another. I love the little, like, that do in the background of the music here. It's very playful. I already told you, didn't I? I saw lightning strike Dusky Bridge. Yes, and I believe it was the incredible sight you saw. But now that I think about it, something doesn't quite ring true. What doesn't? If that's all there is to your story, your heart wouldn't have had all those locks. Yes, Larry. I believe you saw something last night. Something more incredible than lightning. What? When? Where? Why? How? Hey, what do you think you're doing? If you hide anything from Mr. Edgeworth, I'll arrest you on the spot, pal. Oh boy, here we go again. Larry, oh my gosh. I feel the same, Edgeworth, I feel the same. No! What's wrong, sir? Does this mean I have to do it all over again? Why are you glaring at me like I'm next to be hit by a bolt of lightning? I've just about had it with this Harlequin. If I really want to drag the truth out of him, I'll just have to drag him to the witness stand. Yeah, that might be the way to go. Oh boy. Cool. So, we are playing as Edgeworth now. And, it's a fun little, yeah, it's a fun little mechanic, I guess. I don't know what to call it, because it's not really a mechanic. I mean, it's still the same gameplay. It's just you're Edgeworth now. Everybody loves Edgeworth. It's great. It's fine. He's very chill and usually calm, except for whenever he sees a bunch of psycho locks. Oh boy, but wow, are there lots of things to look forward to here? We're just getting started with this final culmination case. And there's a lot of mysteries still yet to unravel, and a lot of mysteries that have been solved so far. We still don't know what the deal is with Iris. We still don't know what Larry saw. And I don't know whether you noticed something that I actually noticed, but I don't want to bring it up because I feel like it's a little bit of a spoiler kind of thing. But it was something that was going on in this part that I noticed was being said, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I never noticed that before. So, or maybe I did. Who knows? And maybe it's brought up later. I don't know. I don't remember. It probably is. But anyway, in any case, we are going to move on to the court and drag Larry to the witness stand if Edgeworth has his way here, and see what happens next. I will talk to you guys then.